Here we are in room number 4, your spiritually fit room with the overarching theme, pure joy. See, what we know is that when joy is absent in organizations, we know that we can see for sure a decline in morale. We can see that there is a lack of engagement. Oftentimes, we're dealing with employees that are emotionally withdrawn because they're trying to protect themselves emotionally. You'll notice that there's a rise in burnout, and people are just emotionally exhausted. So, where there would have been empathy, now there's apathy. So again, I'm inviting you to pay attention, be that eagle, pay attention to those times, because I believe that everything is a season. And sometimes because of the workload, you may find that people may feel that absence of joy because they feel more like their work is transactional, right? And once that becomes more transactional, we're in trouble. Because what happens is that we know through research that joy is connected to meaning and connection, right? And so if I don't feel a sense of meaning with the work I'm doing, or I don't feel a sense of connection with my colleagues or myself, that's going to impact my work. It's going to definitely impact my work. So what I'd love for you to do is what we need to be really mindful of is making sure that we're doing those constant check-ins, asking people, especially in some of the organizations I have the privilege to work in. Some of those folks have been there 20, 30 years, right? And so it's easy to oh, well, that's a seasoned worker. We don't really, oh, no, we need to. We need to connect with not only the onboarding of new employees coming in, those in the middle, and definitely the seasoned workers as well, employees. So for me, it's part of it, but are you finding meaning? And I'm a big scale person, so on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being high, where do you rate your work right now? Is it having meaning or is it absent? Do you feel that lack of connection to your teammates or to yourself? What's been happening? So part of what I always find really helpful is making sure that we're checking in with people. Remember I mentioned in the very first video, the very first week, is that, what's your word for the year? Finding out when you're doing supervision with that team member. So did you pick a word? If not, let's take some time now. What would be a great word for you that would help bring out the best in you for the year of 2026, and that also you would attract more of that into your life? What is it there's an absence of in your life right now? Maybe it might be calm. Maybe it's balance. Maybe it's confidence. Maybe it's serenity. Maybe it's power. Whatever that is, so that during the supervisions, you can then bring that back and hold up a mirror and say, so how are you doing? How are you doing about owning your power? Or I saw you in that team meeting. Really great job on how you took the lead on that. You really took your power back. You see, we know that, there was a day and a time when employees left their personal lives outside the building. Now we're looking at a much more holistic individual, which I'm really excited about. I know it's more work. However, I think it's really critical because I think that we're not robots. We are so not robots. And so we come with hearts. And it's really important that we have that opportunity to just make that connection of, is my work meaningful right now? Do I feel a sense of connection? I just came back a few weeks ago from a convention and from my professional speaking association. And one of the members said, I just felt so isolated when I was there. And here I am among all these speakers. And then she started to connect with ways in which she found herself isolating. So behavior that she started to do, and that she missed, our mastermind, because we were all in different places. And so to me, it's a matter of taking that time that people can speak their truth. And, moving forward, this is, she said, what I'm going to do to create more meaning and more connection when I'm at an event, when I'm in training, when I'm in social environments, when I'm at work. So I'm inviting you to have these conversations with yourself first and foremost. And oftentimes I say to people, make sure you're attending retreats. I'm a huge fan. I'm going to be signing up for one in January, Silent Day Retreat, and eventually it'll be a weekend retreat. And it's something I used to do every single year. And it's been probably about 12 months, 16 months since I last went. So if you're not, doing that, I encourage you to do that. This is one where, again, I'm known as the retreat lady. I'm so passionate about retreats. And I always make sure there's an opportunity for silence in the retreats that I facilitate, because we don't have enough silence. Our world is so busy. It's so loud. Whether it's distractions from scrolling, which we know is very much eroding our self-confidence, it's eroding our sense of peace. We're doing the comparison and we don't even realize that why we feel bad after scrolling is because, well, everybody else's life is perfect but mine. And so to me, it's a matter of creating that space. So I'm inviting you to really be intentional. Set up a date, book a team retreat, take people off site. It's so critical that you do that. Take a look at coaching for yourself or for your team members. This is a beautiful way to really kickstart 2026 with a whole clean slate. Remember, you are a powerhouse.